I need your help, and we ought to keep it hush-hush. You know about what happened here, right? The history of Amber Heights?
Famous pirate raid, right? A little messy for my tastes, but those guys were in and out like pros.
Right. Common belief is that the pirates fled to an old relay station that had already been abandoned, but nobody could find them. The station's locked up, but one of my people found an old data cartridge in a nearby rat nest. It's mostly corrupted, but I pulled a couple codes off of it. One is the code to the Amber Heights gate. I don't recognize the other, but it's similar. I bet it opens a door. Right. The access codes to Amber Heights. What gets me is, if this belonged to the pirates, that means they knew someone there. If someone gave them the gate code, all those deaths, Captain, all that blood is on their hands. Graham isn't fond of talking about the history here. He had friends who worked here. The massacre hit him pretty hard. You know him. Live and let live and all that. I don't want to burden him right now, especially if this ends up being a dead end. I know it's a long shot, but if we miss something there, if you can get into that station, maybe we can get some answers. Just a warning. The area is infested with mantisaurs. I'd send some help, but we're, preparing for war. Appreciate it. Here's the code. If it works, bring back anything you find. Supplies are best, but information's good too. If someone was behind the Amber Heights massacre, it'd give a lot of people around here some closure to find out who and string them up. Good luck. Watch out for the Taros.
Quite enough of you!
That was fun!
That'll work!
We won't try that again.
armor. The strong survive and the weak perish.
Got nimble fingers, Captain.
Couldn't help but notice your shooter, Dr. Fenhill. It's quite a sharp piece.
Isn't it something? I keep meaning to name it, but I can't come up with one that sticks.
It's funny. I thought you didn't care much for nice things.
Hey, a pirate's nothing without a rep.
Welcome back. Let's see. These are old. Looks like correspondences between the pirates. Some bits here, some there, some... Wait. This one's got the Amber Heights gate code on it. Just like the one I found earlier. And here's... a letter. Wait, this is from Graham. Oh, of all the... Captain. He gave them the gate codes. Yeah. He did. He really did. I know he's got his head in the clouds, but I always believed there was a core of good there. What the hell happened to live and let live? Thank you for bringing this back, but I need some time. I gotta think. Go take a walk, Captain. I'll find you once my head's on.
Hey, gang. Knock, knock.
Always imagined fabric would be...
Welcome aboard, Captain. Destination reached. The Groundbreaker. Do return in one piece, Captain.
CNP Bourse Pockets. Can you half seconds? Bourse Pockets.
Watch your step on Monarch. It's not just the monsters and... I admire your grit, but some wounds don't heal. And I say that as someone... Ginger Chops and the Pencil Pusher. By all accounts, Sanjar and Graham have been at each other's throats for years. Digging into their personal history isn't gonna change anything. You'll probably live longer. I never give anything away, but consider that a little free medical advice. Anything else?
I've been mulling over everything with Graham and the Iconoclasts. Upon further reflection, Graham's not as much of an idiot as I thought he'd be. But in other ways, he's worse. I'd urge you to be careful in future dealings with him, Captain. He's an unhinged zealot who lacks awareness of the consequences of his choices. I wouldn't trust him to lead a crew. As much as I usually appreciate the board's ordered approach to governance, in Monarch's case, they aren't really running anything so much as leaving everyone to rot. Unless you agree with them that the inhabitants of Monarch should be forced to evacuate. or die. Zora is militant, unbending, and ruthless for sure. I'd be hesitant to oppose her. But she gets results. Can't say I agree with the iconoclasts, but...
That guy. Take this. You've earned it. When we get buyers lined up, I'm gonna buy a gold toilet. Your goddamn Monarch isn't exactly a walk down the lanes of Byzantium. But here you are with all your limbs attached. I guess you're just one of the lucky ones. Look on the bright side. You just started and you're already on the path to... You've been keeping busy. I hear you took on some extra work at Fallbrook. Catherine says the factory needs some repairs before it's back to working order. Hey, when you were at the slaughterhouse, those swine didn't give you any... Like they were hanging on to your every word, scheming. And when you turned around, maybe they just point like innocent little idiots. All right, cut the pig shit. I'm probably getting worked up over nothing. Just try not to think about pigs. I've got a lot on my mind, but I have another job lined up. You're gonna salvage me a space station. Heliospheric Research Station 1084, to be...
Sounds like a major business expansion. It pays to get in on those...
This opportunity won't come around. Right now, it's only salvage on paper. Systems and comms have gone dark. While the board lets 1084 gather dust, you're gonna swoop in and plant sublights flat. Here, this override bypass should get you into the station's systems where you can plant my flag. And one last thing. When you get there, make sure... I'm being smart. I'm on the heels of something big. Play your cards right. Just be careful.
CNP Borston Baked Beans. But you need to eat some lime first.
I have received a... We've reached HRS-1084, Captain. It's emitting a very weak docking signal. I almost mislabeled it as normal etheric static. Welcome back, Captain. I have received a transmission from Roseway, from a Dr. Shaw. Beginning playback now.
What? Oh, is this on? Oh, it's on right now. Oh, blast. Hello? I'm trying to reach the captain of the Unreliable. I'll keep this short lest I get caught. Please return to Roseway as soon as you can. I have an item of great value that you'll be interested in. Now, how does this blasted thing turn off? Damn engineers never label these toggles clearly. Is it the...
The transmission is complete, Captain. Goodbye. I'll lock up. Behind you.
This is the place. We'll need the power generators back on to finish this job.
Sure are a lot of charging automechs. What are the chances they're friendly?
Captain, I've been attempting to contact you with urgent news. However, communicational functionality was impaired due to the power outage. A UDL vessel has been tracking our position and just recently docked with the station. They are patching into the station's transmission lines now. I cannot stop.
I've been waiting for this day since we tagged your ship in Cascadia, Captain. So glad we finally have this opportunity. My ship is docked with 1084. There's no escape. You've been poking your nose into restricted locations. This makes my superiors unhappy. I could peel your ship open like a can of forest. But I'm in a sporting mood. Sublight? Ugh. I hate it when you outlaws organize. The paperwork for killing you would be the death of... Don't apologize. Squad, I'm ordering a recall. There's a misspelling on orders that ought to be corrected.
Nice. I've never been great at de-escalation.
Searching.
Take your best shot, asshole! Can't get past that armor!
Sometimes violence is the only way! Pass that on!
Down! Hey, practice it, then! Get past that! Someone else will clean this up, right?
Understood. I'll keep my head down.
Watch your step. Those subjects, they're still alive. It's done. Now let's go get our money before Sublight sees what a creepy dump this place is.
Chartrand. Sounds awfully familiar. That was the scientist from Cascadia, right?
So then I told him, oh, ha ha ha, that tickles. How odd. No, don't desist. I think I might like it. Further data collection is required for accurate assessment. Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance? Mm-hmm. The groundbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
Job scheduled for area maintenance.
C&D Borsworth. Unless it's Borsworth.
Finally, a base of our own. I heard about that. While my lawyers scratch their heads wondering how we deal with human salvage, I'm leaving the researchers in hibernation. Aside from the automated security, did you meet any... I knew it. They've been shadowing us since Monarch, maybe even longer. I've been less than honest with you. Your assignment... After the Monarch job, I started connecting the dots. I didn't like the picture. Then what we found at Station 1084 confirmed my fears. You and I have stumbled onto something big. Something none of us were meant to know. Glad to know it, Captain. Ask yourself why a skeleton crew was studying that Alta Vitae gas in secret. Ask yourself why stockpiles were hidden on a planet full of monsters. Before we go any further, I want you to keep an open mind. Can you do that for me, Captain? Aliens. I'm talking about aliens. They're the ones responsible for the deaths at 1084, and who knows what else. We have to put a stop to it. Hear me out. I'm saying it's aliens. I'm not asking you to like it. I'm not even asking you to believe it. But I need to act on this threat to the colony, and I can't do it alone.
Captain, in my humble assessment, Ms. Hagen is insane.
Well, at least she doesn't expect us to believe it.
Your crew is skeptical. That's good. I don't want you walking into the unknown with blindfolds on. I assume you have questions? If we're gonna see this through, I'll need your trust and commitment. Now's the time for setting doubts aside. Conspiracy. One carried out with the help of human collaborators, assuming they haven't all been replaced. This is an invasion of our very cells. That damned gas is mixing our nucleon with halcyon biology to twist us, change us, make us more like those monsters on Monarch. No kidding. That's how they want it. When I lined up the evidence in my spreadsheet, there was only one possible conclusion looking back at me. This is my data talking, not my anxiety or lack of sleep. Dr. Chartrand is the crooked psychopath behind the gas experiments. She sold out her species, and I need you to put a bullet through her skull. She's a research scientist and a damn good one. Before UDL poached her, she engineered a 0.2% increase in cystipig juiciness. Now she's doing the same thing with humanity. Her fingerprints were all over Station 1084. You saw what she did to her team. You've got me all wrong. I just want to add savior of humanity to my resume. I've got ambitions outside of this office, you know. Besides, do you usually come across innocent people trapped in suspense? Remember, the tanks were just the shit she left behind. Just imagine. We're far beyond theories. Chartrand's logs, the gas, the suspension tanks, how much... An invasion needs collaborators working from the shadows. This keycard will get you through the front door of her Byzantium estate. Don't ask how I got it. By now, the other side knows what you're doing. Don't trust anything Chartrand says. She's compromised down to the bone.
CNP pancake mix now requires no menu. Seriously.
Why was I built to feel ennui? Captain, I wish to... Destination reached. Scylla. Please avoid damage to yourself or others while you are out.
Finish yourself, Captain, quick! Down they go! That's the last of them.
Investigate.
They're on us.
What have the solar winds deposited on my doorstep now? Just more dirt and debris? Or do you actually believe you are here seeking the truth? I must admit, I tire of the truth seekers. Mayhaps you're here to rob me? That would be so much more exciting.
We've been told this was once yours. I believe the knowledge within here contains the answers I seek. Answers that will free men's minds from toil.
I can translate it, but it won't do you any good. I can see you are a man in a hurry, and the insights in that book would take you years of study to fully comprehend.
I've spent my life in contemplation. I believe my mind is prepared to receive the truth.
There is one way that can speed up the process. It involves a combination of several ingredients. some of which can be fatal. It is not for the faint of heart or the unprepared. Either hallucinations followed by unconsciousness and a headache, or raving insanity, which can be fun in its own way. A crass way to put it, but yes, chemicals that can expand or destroy the participant's consciousness. And I believe he may be right. There is both violence and peace warring inside you, Max. This process would be extremely tenuous for one such as yourself.
I'm committed, no matter the cost.
I'll supervise, for safety purposes.
All right. Head on into the meditation room and partake of the sacramental incense. It's waiting on the table when you're ready to begin.
Maximilian, why are you still doing this? You've been fighting against the world since before you left home. Haven't you figured out yet that the more you fight, the more pain you cause yourself?
Mother, you're dead. You can't be here. I knew this was too good to be true. These are just cheap hallucinogens that have... What's happening to my voice? Does my voice sound weird to you? And what's wrong with your face?
Let's stay focused here, Max. Your voice always sounds weird.
We are obviously the victims of a tasteless joke being perpetuated... perpetrated? I mean, when I get out of here, I'm going...
Maximilian, always ready to give up, to lash out, always search.
We came here so you could learn how to not be an ass, Max. So, stop being an ass.
Thank you. It relieves me to see there's at least one positive influence in my son's life after all these years. Has he told you how he thoughtlessly abandoned us?
Thoughtlessly? How could you say that? I only wanted you and Father to be proud of me. I was going to be the perfect vessel. I was going to be a better... more full of the plan. This here, it's all coming out wrong. The plan, it filled you with a joy I could never feel. I wanted it. And being a laborer made me miserable. I was better than that.
You certainly convinced yourself you were. But don't feel bad. We continually lie to ourselves, weaving stories in a vain attempt to convince us that we are in control of anything. These stories are how we try to make sense of our lives, but they are not real, are they? They're just stories. You need to drop your story and see the truth.
want me to give up my discipline? My control? Oh, but I can't. I can't. Without order, there is chaos.
You need to love the chaos, Maximilian. Let it envelop you. Take you where it will. Besides, you really have no choice anyway.
No, that's not true. The basis of everything is order, not chaos. It's true, I know it is. So did you. Why are you denying it? Before you died, the plan made you happy.
No, it didn't. I made myself happy. There's nothing holding you back but you. If you can't understand that, you will never understand anything. Goodbye, Maximilian.
This whole thing, it's just a farce, right? Just my own brain working against me? You couldn't be more right. Hello, Max. What? Who? Why do you look like me? Are you me? Not really. I'm who you think you are. I am disciplined, controlled. I have no doubts. And I don't exist. Yet you have judged yourself against me your whole life. Why? Why do you berate yourself for not being me? I don't know what to say. Thank you, Captain, but I don't know. Is it wrong to try to be a gooder, better person than I am? But that's not what you're doing, is it? You're desperately trying to find a story to organize reality in your head. A story to control everything. A new story of the happy you, the contented you. Me. That's not... It can't be right. I've only been searching for the answer to the equation, because it will set us free, won't it? How? By removing the need to make any decision. To have your life completely controlled. The illusion of certainty. Your obsession allowed you to avoid the real question. Who are you? I'm Max. Me! I'm real. You can't convince me otherwise. Please don't convince me I'm not.
Can we try to convince him otherwise?
Your individual self is what's not real. It is simply a concept. By the architect. Architect? How could I have believed in an architect? That's ridiculous. I must be losing my mind completely. What you're saying almost makes sense. We exist inside our thoughts, thinking we're in control. It's all lies.
I see you're back with us. Feared we lost you there. Never seen anyone pass out yet stay upright before. I woke up. The illusions I built for myself just fell away. I'm no longer interpreting, I'm experiencing. In a way. Perhaps it's more accurate to say I was asking the wrong questions. I understand. Of course there is pain and loss, but the suffering is caused by trying to control reality. Clinging to the way you want things to be, not enjoying the way they are. I am content. I've finally found what I was looking for, even though I was looking for the wrong thing. Not so much found as finally listened.
Yes, it is quite the convoluted maze we build for ourselves. It looks like you learned something in there as well.
Of course you were.
If you stop in the engine room, would you ask Parvati to send Sam down to the bridge?
Oh, look at you. What a mess. You never had no one to take care of you, huh? Don't fret. I'll be your minder now. Come to see Sam? That was sweet of ya. Here, I was just leaving. Hey, Captain. I got a thing I want to ask you. It's kind of big. I was thinking about what you said afore, after we went to the Lost Hope on the Groundbreaker. I reckon you're right. I think I'm ready to stop fretting and fussing, and I'm thinking of doing it here. Oh gosh, do you think so? I just figured, you know, there's nowhere she can go on Groundbreaker where folks don't know her. Here. I was kind of hoping you'd off. The thing is, I can't ask her over like this. I smell like sweat most days, and, well, don't look too close at my fingernails. I mean, only if you're not busy. Or when you're heading through Groundbreaker for something else. You don't... Anyhow, next time we dock in Groundbreaker...
We've arrived at the Groundbreaker.
Gracious. I was just sitting down for tea. I think I got just the thing, my dear. A few years back, Auntie Cleo's put out a home makeover kit, and I snagged a couple for myself. High-grade shampoo and conditioner, scrubby brush, a nice lotion, that sort.
What's the...
Cleaning around your nails, sweetheart. Gets the engine grease out. Makes your hands soft. Most folk don't got the time. Or bathtubs for such, me included. I'll let you have one on clearance. You want rosish, mock apple and cinnamon, or refurbished ship? Take your time, dear. It's all...
Oh, gosh. We never talked about what kind of smells she likes.
It comes down to what sort of intent you got. If I was looking to do a spy job over in engineering, I'd be safe with... Now, if I was a young thing trying to come on all precious-like, I'd probably go with Rosish. But if I was doing it for my own self, I'd pick mock apples and sit...
I guess you could eeny-miny...
Take your time, dear.
We didn't have anything rosish in Edgewater.
I'll just wrap that up for you.
I'll pay for that, ma'am.
You're welcome. Anytime.
I hope this fancy soap we got is extra strength. Oh, thanks, Captain. I'm gonna put these someplace safe. In her messages, Junlei said her mama used to make this dish for Monarch. Dustback casserole. Salt tuna and xenogold needle mushroom. And then for dessert, there's a thing called, there's gotta be some place in Stellar Bay that can bake a casserole. And I heard tell there's a Rizzo's town near there called Cascadia, what specializes in sweets. Thanks, Captain. I know I'm asking an awful lot.
Rizzo's a CTN 76 milk chocolate bar with caramel and pea-free nuts in it. It's time for a taste.
We're in orbit over Cascadia, Captain.
Miss Ellie, Dr. Finhill. I noticed your pistol's been making a funny noise.
What are you talking about? I oil it every night.
Well, look here. Your slide's not recoiling fully. You might be due for a new spring. I could take a look, maybe fix it for you.
Sure. I'm short on bits at the moment, but I'll pay you back.
Oh, no. I mean, it don't cost nothing. I got a spare spring in my pocket here, even.
Everything's got a price.
You take real good care of your pistol, Dr. Finhill.
I oughta. Kept me alive this long.
I mean, you treat it nice. Makes me happy to see, because I feel the same way about my wrench.
Look, it's a tool that does the job. Feelings got nothing to do with it.
Whoa, by the stars, most people... Besides... Where should I begin? With the oversized mantisaurs? Or perhaps the rap spewing at... The board was right. That was a real popular meal 10, 20 years back. These days, everybody's had a belly full of salt tuna. They all want borscht. And the mushrooms, well, not many I can whip one up for you. But it'll...
Oh, yikes.
the little bastard's slippery, right? On account of its blood, so it's sliding all over the place, trying to crawl away. Getting so I can't tell the blood from the mud. But I gotta get in there, get right in that baby rap's stomach and dig it out. If so much as a drop of stomach acid got on that medallion, shit, I don't know what I'd do. Might be I'd hunt every damn rapt out there. Right. What are you staring? Wait. You ain't from... Ooh, charmer. Don't get a lot of that around here. Folks mostly grump at me about how I should join the MSI payroll. Nice change of pace. Buy me a drink. Outstanding! What are you doing in Stellar Bay, stranger? Well. Let's get down to brass nuts then, shall we? Wait, that ain't it. Brass rats? I'm headed back out there after I sober up. You want a guide sooner than that? Yep. Outstanding! Our dispensary here maintains a stock of, well, I don't rightly know what they are. I'm cut off for the month, on account of needing one just about every damn day. But I'm sure you've got your wily ways. Fetch me one. Well, they work. We got a deal or what?
Smells like rat juice.
Oh, it does work.
Hello, dearie. Why, I don't believe I've seen you before. And with sweet cheeks like those, I'd remember.
Quite the bedside manner, lady.
Well, it's so rare I get the pleasure of new company. What can Auntie Abigail do for you? And what a helpful young man you are. Nothing like a little pill.
Whiskey help.
Please leave medical advice. Now, I'm so sorry, but with the iconoclasts and the marauder filth, our reserves have gotten so low, I've even had to start locking the supply room upstairs. Isn't it a shame? I'd make an exception for you if I could, my little cherub. Is there anyone else? Now, there's no keeping secrets from us. Also, I really do have to enter someone's name for the allotment. After all... Indeed. Now...
Don't blame me if I puke.
I may not be a fresh young thing anymore. Maybe some other time, then. But I'd hate to send you away empty-handed. You... Oh, it's none of my business, but I have told her, Dr. William... Now I've gone and said too much. Dr. Williams managed the town's... Oh, you flatter an old woman. And to keep an extra key to the supply room. The one upstairs. In the town graveyard, I'm afraid. Poor man was old. It
The graveyard's near the southern ruin. Do be careful. Shit.
You sure have... Ooh, smells like those old Sundays when we'd unload Saltuna shipments at the cannery. Am I the only one getting hungry? Nice one! Anyone else? Feels like the old bits outside of Edgewater. Used up, unneeded, left to settle into ruin. Incoming! You got him! Nice thing about traveling with the captain. We meet all sorts of new people.
Sure, best part is when they pay us.
We never really had new folks in Edgewater, except the captain.
Ah, the charmer. Welcome back. Drink, chat, or business? All of the above?
Says someone who's never had any fun.
Exactly. See? I'm glad someone on your crew...
That was fast.
You be careful. The first one's free. After that, they'll offer you gainful employment. Great. Oh, Hiram? I ain't checked in on that man in an age. He's running the giant radio tower we lovingly call Devil's Peak. We'll be going south and west, mostly along the road till we're past Fallbrook. Out there, there's a western slope that'll lead us through some fun. If you're more of a spelunker, Rotting River will take you into the mountain caverns. We can discuss options when we get... That said, 3's already a crowd.
I hope you like being part of our crew, Nyoka.
A ship? Well, look at you. I'll find a spot there to call my own for now.
You seen Arthur today?
You'd think folks were pissing in the alleyways as bad as it stinks.
Oh, they are.
So that puddle I stepped in?
Dr. Ellie, you ever wonder if maybe we got some things in common?
This isn't another thing about wrenches and guns, is it?
Because you're a surgeon and I'm a mechanic. We both fix things, heal them up.
Hate to break it to you, but before I got to Groundbreaker, I fixed more noses than bones. Nowadays, I probably shoot more than I save.
Oh.
If you...
What? No, Captain, I don't want you to do it this...
It's all right, miss. I'm a coward at heart. Made that clear from the outs. Look, Captain, this is the best I'm mighty glad you reckon so. This is gonna take about an hour in the oven. Nothing I can do to speed it.
Dr. Ellie, you ever wonder if maybe we got some things in common?
This isn't another thing about wrenches and guns, is it?
Because you're a surgeon and I'm a mechanic. We both fix things, heal them up.
Hate to break it to you, but before I got to Groundbreaker, I fixed more noses than bones. Nowadays, I probably shoot more than I save.
Oh.
I see you stuck around. If you got the bits, check the menu for the latest You got it. I got all the ingredients. Should only take about an hour in the oven. There we are. Now, if you don't mind, I really need to take a leak.
My belly's gurgling just to smell it, Mr. Raymond. Thank you so much.
A pleasure to help such a charming young lady.
Oh, gosh. My tum's rumbling just smelling that casserole. The dustback casserole Mr. Raymond made smells incredible. Now look how cute these cakes from Cascadia are. So, I guess that settles dinner. Well, I was gonna, but then it hit me. I got this nice meal all planned out with music, and I got that soap to scrub up with. Fine for overhauling an engine, maybe. There's this place I heard of in Byzantium. Joliker's Haberdashery. I bet I could find something nigh on... Not today, no, but maybe someday. I know this is all a little crazy, Captain. I saw the lady who runs it on Aetherwave, and... well, she made everybody she dressed feel... Thanks, Captain. I know I've been asking a lot.
Well, I did not expect you back so soon, Captain.
Said you docked 3 days ago?
Catherine's great, ain't she? She'll put...
Judging... Sure. Funny, you don't look like Nelson Mason. That dunderhead can't hardly... Let me guess. It involved blood and guts and fur in places that don't merit...
Hey, Cass. Knock, knock.
Hey, Cap, got a minute? Hey, got a favor to ask you. Figure while we're out here in the wilderness anyhow, we might stop in on an old friend of mine. Preferably before we get to Hiram's. It's on the way, don't worry. You don't seem the type to run off and get yourself killed, and I could use the help. Well, we'll see about that. I'll be upfront with you. I hate asking for help. I hate it. Every time I give someone the opportunity to disappoint me, they seem to make it their most immediate goal. But this, what I'm thinking, nothing we can't handle. I used to run with a band of hunters. Friends. 6 of us. We were on Monarch when the corporations pulled out, and we helped a lot of people pick up the pieces. I haven't seen 2 of them in years, and the rest I know to be dead. I'd like to gather their effects and bury them all in the same places, like the family we once were. First, we go to Hayes. I buried him a ways from our encampment. I need to pay my respects. I'll show you where he rests. He had a medallion in his effects. That's what I'll bring home to bury. Then we find my 2 lost trackers and bring them home. A long time ago, we built an encampment in one of Monarch's cave systems. Trouble is, a Mantiqueen showed up and kicked us all out. If we can find Rebecca and Anders, they'll know how to lure her out. Then, we kill the bitch and bury everyone's medallions together. Thanks, Cap.
find you.
Make him regret it! Someone else will clean this up, right?
Raps. Let's clear this sulfur-sodden fucks out so Hayes can rest in peace. Hayes was the best self-sacrificing son of a saint I ever met. Now, if we're gonna lure the Manta Queen out, we'll need to find Rebecca and Anders. They took a UDL contract on Terra 2. Think it's time I call in a favor with Hiram. I don't know much about it. It paid well, so they took it. They said they'd be back in a couple of weeks, and that maybe we could all use the money. I should have. But soon after they left, Hayes and the others stopped. And to be honest, after him, I stopped trying. Because it hurt like hell to do so. Thanks. I'm still not convinced I won't come to regret it, but we've started. Now, come on, let's make tracks. The caves back east are safest. We can head up this path if you want to shoot your way. Here they come!
Don't mess with us! Here we go! Just like that! To shreds, you say? That does it. Time for a drink?
And here we are. Told you we'd make it in one piece. Station ain't too far now.
Hey, you! Get over here! They're marauders!
Oh, no. Wonder if Hiram's home. Just kidding. Guy never sets foot outside.
This place is supposed to look like horns? I don't see it.
This station's under the protection of the corporate compliance crew. You a marauder? 'Cause me and my sunshine, that's my gun if you were wondering, we don't take kindly to marauders. A coherent enough response, I reckon. Must be true. You're clear, but I would caution you against pressing on ahead. This station's plumb crawling with marauders, you know. I take it you ain't met the other C3s. Me and Sunshine are doing exactly what we've been tasked with. You want more details? You ought to talk to my crew. They're guarding a small barracks to the southeast, by the edge of the mountain. See that path that runs underneath that giant archway? Follow it on down. There is nothing I'd enjoy more, but the C3s.
How'd you get up here? Through the caves? Good answer. I wasn't looking forward to gut-shotting you. See, the thing is, I'm with the corporate compliance crew. We're mercs. And our current contract mandates that we annihilate any creatures or...
Allow me to intervene. It's my job to mediate. All right. First things first. To make a decision in... but efficient corporate structure. I'm impressed. Still, I gotta wonder. What are your intentions regarding Devil's Peak Station? Our guidelines allow us some leeway in identifying threats to our client, your unorthodox profession. However, the terms of our contract specifically targets marauders, iconoclasts, as you don't appear to fit any of those categories.
Don't we, as a standing policy, provide an alternative to terminate? Addie, our chief financial officer, could confirm. But I'm betting if you're willing to compensate us for our lost time and productivity due to this... I guess we could. There's something I like about you. Can't put my... Alright. Lance, unless you...
Nah! I'll sign the clearance form.
Anything else? Trying to say we didn't do our job? I'll have you know, our contract was to stop any marauder. We'll simply clear them out later. Once we... That's right. Berthold Fox is our boss man. Founder, president, and CEO. Bertie went down into the caves on a hunt for marauders, give or take, 6 hours ago. He's a hands-on type. Like... Although, he should have been back. Going on 6 hours now. I'd ask you to check the caves for him, but then we'd have to kill you when you crawl back out. Space Snow. The contract doesn't target...
A might cold blood...
Done. Use this. Signals lock... or his body.
Huh. I would have just broken it.
feels like getting into trouble.
Little help here!
That was fun!
That assist was a violation of corporate law if I ever saw one. Since it was to my benefit, and we're largely in lawless lands, I'll look the other way. C3 owes you one, stranger. You haven't seen Constance, have you? Ah, there's her torso. And that'll be her legs over yonder, never mind. I'm Bertold.
What in the void are you thinking, creeping around a mannequin like that?
At the time, I was thinking, please don't see me, oh law, I don't want to die, nah nah nah. Now I'm thinking it was stupid to come in here. Means they're still holding the post then. Good. You might head on back. We can talk more there where it's safe. I'll be on my way, once I've gathered up Constance's parts. Meet me at the camp, and try not to get shot on approach.
Here we go.
Hey, Mannequin Slayer. Glad you made it. Meet my corporate compliance crew. Then check out our weapons locker. Then... We were hired to do so. Our client's a bit unorthodox, sure. He calls himself the broker. Our current gig's to stop, by means of lethal force, any creatures exiting the cap. You drive a hard bargain, Mannequin Slayer. It don't make much financial sense for C3 to expend resources on any killing beyond the contract stipulations, as the Marauders didn't enter from the cave. At the same time, we do want to keep our client alive. We recommended the client safeguard himself, so I don't expect that the main doors will be accessible. Find a way to open them, and I'd best radio ahead for Joy and Hudson to prep for us. They'll be at the station entrance, ready with our finest auto mechanicals to assist you.
There you are! Boss man said you'd be up this way.
Why do people move to this thing out of hiking?
Fox radioed ahead. Said I'm to follow you. Provide whatever support you need. If those bastards start shooting, we'll join in. I gotta warn you, my girl Sunshine here is a tad trigger-happy. Of course, me and her will follow your lead. Just wanted you to know we wouldn't begrudge. I'm just gonna put this out there. That is a dumb fucking idea. You've got two highly productive purveyors of death at you, but it's your call.
Safety measures may be
Stand up, Captain!
enforcement during in-game security patrol.
you are? Boss man said you'd be up this way. Quick regroup before we shoot. Fox radio. I got... You're A-okay, stranger.
Here we go.
Open fire!
Nice one.
Another worker. Patrol. Sanitation and cleanup required.
I got another fighting me.
Resetting threat level.
Hiram must have sealed the door. He spooks easy.
You may not realize this, being as you're an outsider. Blaring alarms indicate the station's on lockdown.
Let's see about that.
Gotcha, bro. How about that? That does it. Time for a drink?
Here's the elevator, but it ain't gonna budge while this place is on lockdown. Guess we keep moving forward. Look for another way up.
Out there, whoever you are, yes, I can see you. Come here and talk to me, face intercom. I can't tell if you're brave or simply touched in the head. What in the galaxy are you doing sniffing around my station? Unless you are, in fact, trying to suicide by Marauder? And you, Nyoka, what are you doing lugging a stranger into my station?
You could use the socialization, you son of a bitch. Also, he hired me.
To what purpose? I happen to have some significant problems I am dealing with right now. Marauders, running out of purple berry wine 3 days ago, not being able to bloody... No. We'll deal with information-related business later. As I said, the Marauders want me dead. And since my hired hands have clearly turned idle, it appears I need you to clear out the threat.
Or we can call you Hiram, on account of that's your damn name, and doubly on the account of the broker being a dumbass.
What? Everyone calls me that. Oh, now they'll take action. It's about time, I tell you. I'm up to my neck in Marauders in here. I barricaded the broadcast center, but I can only hold out for so long. Clear the Marauders out, and I'll pay you double the going rate. They destroy the transmission equipment, and I'll be out of business. The elevator and doors to the second floor are back online. Hurry before I have to... Too many, considering I hired a bunch of no... Already, they've caused considerable damage to the station's property. Aside from the bids, you said you wanted something from me. Something information.
Making it look easy.
Hey, elevators to your right. Get ready. The main doors as we speak. About damn time.
What's up?
Light him on fire, ladies and gents!
Tear them apart!
Don't mess with us.
Waste of company ammo.
Waste of company ammo.
What was that?
No prisoners! Take them down!
That's the last of them, I think.
Waste of company ammo.
knock at the door. You hurry on in.
Never thought I'd be ecstatic at having the walls painted in blood, but seeing as it's not mine, I'd say this calls for a self. And you got me my money's worth out of the C3s. I ought to have simply dealt with you in the first place. Oh no, my business is in trade, not owing others the burden. This ought to square our debt. One hefty payment for a highly valued service rendered. But, I admit, allow me to pose my question in another manner. If you insist. As I was telling you before, I am the Phineas must have sent you. He's the only one insane enough to send someone to Monarch to rush me. I knew it was only a matter of time before he came a-knocking. Look, I might be late.
Oh, you do you? I have lost track of the number of beers you owe me for chasing rap.
Careful, I know that line.
I take offense to that. I was delayed by MSI and the Iconoclasts. The idiots were scrambling all transmissions to override each other's broadcasts. But as you've I don't doubt that you are working with Phineas, but my contract specifies I relay any acquired information to the purchaser, and to the purchaser alone. However, to send the data, I will need your assistance in cycling the antenna's receiver, so I can input the needed adjustments. You make it sound so scandalous. Phineas has been in hiding for the past 35 years. He got in touch with Nyoka first, who I use as a physical go-between. The rest is...
Now you hold on. I do not physically go between anyone but that of my choose. Oh, apologies. You meant... Right. Yes, I braved the wilderness.
Precisely. It's simple, truly. I merely need you to waltz outside and throw the lever to cycle the power. I'll key in the numerical adjustment. Eternal, no. What is wrong with you? Who would ever design something like that? However, you're welcome to brew me a Rizzo Insta-Coffee from the staff kitchen. Just step outside, flip the switch, depart forever. Understand?
This is why I stopped helping out around here, you know. It's always throw this lever, shoot that marauder.
I'm starting to see why you don't get much company out.
Terrific. I'll be here, waiting with bated.
Real slick.
Have some in... Oh, great.
Aw, I'd normally entertain your self-aggrandizing delusion.
Important to you is not the same as important to me. Although I do recognize that you may have earned... Tug on my heartstrings, why don't you? Look.
Rebecca Hodges and Anders Wadsworth. They took a UDL contract back when Monarch went to shit, and I need to find them.
If UDL hired 2 hunters back then, it would have been for creature clearing purposes, round 1 of their space. These are the coordinates for the outpost under the last UDL contract. Give my
Testing 1, 2, check, check. Sweet stars. But that is a beautiful sound. Can you hear me? We are a go for broadcast. Oh, and I also dispatched Phineas his data. Impatient prick. Worse. Now I'll kindly thank you to... There's no need to assert your dominance. Look, I am well aware that at times I may have the tiniest iota of a prickly exterior. But, as Nyoka can attest, I do...
Why, he told us to leave without flinging insults at our person.
Anyone else hear a high-pitched whining? Did I get tinnitus or...
Black holes? Looks like a UDL ship. Based on the gunnery attachments, I guess it's one of the board's blockade enforcers. Oh well, a pity for the
Hiram? Can you hear me?
Architect, save me from swindlers and fools. Sanjar, what are you bloody doing on my channel?
Yes, but...
Hiram. Hiram, are you there?
Not without a physical contact waiver.
Ah, the good captain. The truth brings us together once more. Our salvation has come crashing through the stratosphere.
Are you mad? That's a UDL gun...
Par for the course, really. You should do like I did. Get out while you still retain a shred of...
We could use the gunship's armaments to defend Stellar Bay, but...
Our message is so close to breaking free of this planet and spreading to the stars. Help us. Listen, I don't care a single whit what you do, so long as you leave me out of it. Which means, get off my void damn channel. I'm more than finished with you lot.
I shipped with a merc who had a gun like yours, Myoka. He polished it, sang to it, slept with it. Not like that. I almost feel bad for him.
To shreds, you said?
My kind of hat. Just like that.
Used to be, you can get the best wine on Monarch here. This area's suicide. Here we go!
Just pissing him off.
I am a... Nice hit! Nice one. Everyone all right?
They got the stuff on him. That armor. Here we go. That was.
Go on ahead, Captain. I'm not keen on ships, even when they're in the best of shape.
Me too. You know corpses shit themselves.